Welcome back to JD's Rips, Breaks, and Collectibles.
And today we have a special MTG, not break, but product review.
Unboxing.
It's both.
It's an unboxing.
It's both.
It's unboxing.
It's both because the Finish Line bundle is the first time that they made a, what used to be traditionally known as a fat pack, but now a bundle pack, that is more than the traditional $50. Because in this one, you end up getting 2 collector boosters, the normal amount of packs, and a box topper, which the box topper traditionally only comes in the $150 box of MTG cards. And even then, you only get them if you go to specific game stores. Some game stores end up taking those box toppers and selling them or giving them away as prizes in tournaments. So it was never actually guaranteed you got one. But in this product, it is a guarantee that you will get a box topper.
Now, do you think that's a response because people have been complaining that the shops are taking the box toppers?
I think it's a response because box toppers typically have a special signature. It will have a date. It will have an embossment to it. And those cards will be more valuable because of that. Even if you were able to get it every time you bought a $150 one, it would be less likely you would get one that you actually wanted or liked or wanted to collect because you had to spend so much to get it. This does cost $90.
Usually it's $50.
Usually without those 3 extra packs, which one of the packs is only going to have 1 card, it's $50. This is an extra $40, but you do get about $60 in value just in the 2 collector boosters. The box topper is not traditionally sold. So there is no price. I'm sure you can go on eBay and find a price, but as we know with eBay, I can put it up for $1 and say that it's worth $1, or I can put it up for $200 and some weirdo out there will buy it for $200.
Or it'll sit there for a year listed at $200.
And then someone down the line is going to go, that's a collectible at that point. That's unsealed, or that's steel sealed. Bam, let's get it. And then your $200 is still validated. So, let's get into this, figure out whether or not this is really worth it as a pack or a set, and just go through the unboxing.
Sounds good.
Now, I do hate how much cardboard MTG really goes with.
It's still not as bad as the single pack ones. That still blows my mind.
Well, this has 2 of the single pack ones. So, oh, you just mean like the single pack of a normal card.
If you bought a single pack at a store, there's like 4 layers of cardboard to get, what is it, 4 or 5 cards per pack? I don't know what MTG does.
MTG does 15.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a lot more, but still. It's the principle.
And of course, someone's going to point out later, it's not 15, it's 9 or something. I don't know. What is this?
You should know.
This has never been in a set before, so let's just take a look at what this collectible is.
Should we open it or keep it sealed? It's too late. They already opened it.
I didn't yet, actually. I'm
well,
trying.
Now you did.
Now I did.
It was worth 10. Oh, wow.
So these are stickers of each of the mana symbols, which, you know, you can always buy these off of Etsy's, but this is the first time MTG made one.
So it's an official product?
It's an official product with no information saying that it's an official product. Wizard of the Coast, if you're going to make an official sticker, put your logo somewhere on this. Wait, I spoke too soon. Right there. Look at that.
Manufactured on Etsy. That's not what it actually says.
Nah. And then you have these, which is going to be your tokens for the set in case you need any. And is this? This is just some nice art of some of the main cards that you're going to find in this set. They pop right out, super easy, as I bump into the camera. Bam. I'm going to put those tokens somewhere else. And now for the things you actually get in the set. You're going to get the 2 collector boosters. These are slightly thicker than the actual boosters, and I can't tell you why, because it should have the same amount of cards. You're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 packs which I could have sworn it's normally 8. You're still going to have your lands with your specialty lands up top. And then this is your box topper. I am going to say right now, this feels like it has a curve. And as a box topper, I'm not thrilled with that. But I would also say cards do, not intentionally, but they do start to curve. And as a box topper, normally it's squished down with the saran wrap that goes around the box. So it would be on the top of your box. And that kind of keeps the shape of it. And with this product, it doesn't have the luxury of being on the outside. So that could really change how I feel about having the box topper.
Now, silly question, totally going off in a different direction. Mm-hmm. In the previous, I mean, what are these boxes usually called if they don't have the special stuff?
They're just called a booster box.
Booster box. So normally the booster boxes, I've seen the lands are separated and they're in like a white cover.
So it looks like to save space, they only gave you 1 pack of lands. And this is definitely thicker than normal. So actually, let me just open this up to make sure that these are actually lands, because we don't know with this set, you know? Especially since this card here isn't something I've seen before. Oh, they're explaining how attacking, blocking... Oh, this is how you play the game.
Oh, these are cards for John. That's what.
Yeah, this shows you how to play the game. That is unique. So these are lands, and with it being not a collector or booster box, this is more of a special edition. All of these are hollow, and then if we skip all the way to the end, oh my god, that is fucking beautiful. Now, a lot of people are going to hate this. A lot of people hate this online because these don't have colors. So you don't know that this is green, you don't know that this is red, that this is black. So if you're playing against this is going to look really jarring. But these are the shiniest fucking lands I have ever seen. And John can bleep that out later, but this is fucking beautiful.
No, we'll just make a different video for the kiddos.
And lands are typically worthless.
Yeah, those. See that one. That's what I'm wondering now. Is this exclusive to this particular set, or are all the lands going to look like this? So
I can answer that. Yeah. So these lands that we saw over here are what you typically are going to get in the set.
Right, but are all the lands usually hollow?
So there is some lands that are full art lands, and these will classify as a full art. But with the hollow of them, it is possible to get stuff like this in a normal set. But I'm wondering if it's a different style of hollow. Because the all gold seems like it might be something just for this. You might be able to get it out of the collector's boosters. Right. But I think you can get full art in the normal play boosters, and they can be hollow. I just don't think they're going to be gold chrome. And this is, again, it's beautiful. This is the type of stuff that they would do special sets on the website. Mm-hmm. And they will sell 20, 30 of these lands. And people are like, why would you spend $20 on lands when lands are free? Why would you spend $80 to get 10 of each land? It's because sometimes lands are really, really gorgeous, and this is an absolute power move to just say, hey, yeah, my lands are all special. You know, I'm playing you with special lands.
Right, which totally makes sense, but at the same time, if everyone's getting these lands, even though they look special, they no longer are special.
Right. So what ends up happening is they will reuse these lands in new decks because lands don't expire.
Oh, I didn't know that. I was thinking it was is it a 4-set rule?
Yeah, I think it's 4 sets, and then you have to reshuffle or redo your deck if you're playing traditional, playing in tournaments that's not Commander. Lands, because they have no effect, they can be used from any set. So I've seen people using Karigara sets, which is the Japanese set, and they were all black and white paint, and it looked really inkish. They still use them.
Okay. So, that makes me feel a little better about that then. You'll figure it out.
Now, before we get into the best stuff, let's just quickly run through what you get in a play booster. A play booster is going to give you a certain amount of cards that are typically your average run-of-the-mill style of cards. So, just to double check how much are in there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then an art card. So you get 14 cards.
Now, is that art card, does everyone have an art card?
Most packs come with an art card. It's really hit or miss whether or not you get it. Now, the art card, some people use it as your commander if you know what the creature is. Some people just use it for proxies. But most of the time, you just want to have this as a collection. It does nothing.
Gotcha.
So, we got a special land. This is in a weird order, isn't it? Because this is a gold rarity. That's normally in the back. We have a full art.
And it's funny, I was just about to ask you, is there a trick, like you do with Pokemon, you push the last 3?
So, I've been playing Magic for a very long time, and normally the best cards are in the back, and you don't have to do that weird Pokemon thing where you separate the first couple and you swap them out. And out of the sake of tradition, I'm still not going to do that. But it looks like in this pack, it is the opposite way. Like, this would have been the art card, but now it is a token. So, yep, this is a double-sided token. Land. And again, you're getting your best cards up front. That's a nice mythic. Love it. Yeah, you're getting your best cards up front. You should just leave that. I just handed him that mythic to be sleeved. So typically my thought is that if I don't know what a mythic does or the value of it, that's the one you should sleeve right away. And if you do know what your cards are worth, you clearly know which ones to sleeve.
Do MTG cards, are they ever numbered?
Yes, very rarely.
Okay.
And it would definitely be a thing about it. Like, there was one card that was 1 of 1. So that, ring? Yeah, the 1 ring. But on average, they're not really numbered all too often.
It's not like every time they come out with a new set, it's not like they have numbered cards.
Right, no, it's not something Magic does.
Now, was the 1 ring, was that a known thing, or was that like a Easter egg?
That was more of an Easter egg because of it's the 1 ring, there should only be 1 kind of thing. Right. So they really just kind of went in on the theme of the set. Gotcha. Which the theme of this set is racing. So vehicles are a type of card that you need to have a certain amount of creatures on the field that will be tapped, which normally causes them to attack. But instead, they get into this vehicle, and the vehicle now acts as a creature and can attack for you. So it's just another way to double up on damage or just to protect a creature that you don't want to be destroyed. And they took that concept from a past set and made it more about racing in this set. So a lot of these cards are going to have things like haste, it's going to have things like trample, and in a different video I can explain what all those keywords really mean, but if you have even the smallest idea of definition of words, you understand what trampling would be. Okay. You know what flying means. You know what haste means. Things move faster. Things run over you. Kind of deal. But again, I'm running through this, and this is pretty subpar. And I'm thrilled for the set, but you can see what the difference is between this and this. These cards that I'm opening right now, typically if you're going to buy just one, it would come up as $7 online, or if you go inside of like a Walmart or a Target.
For the individual booster packs, you're saying?
Yes. Yeah. Also, this is a token, right? I'm like 90% sure. Yeah, this is the token for the Planeswalker. This, if you're really into anime, you know that this is a reference from the movie Akira. Love that. They do small references every now and then. Tokens are typically all worthless, but that one might have some value to some people. A second mythic that does not happen too often in a normal booster box or fat pack. Also, if you guys are wondering why I say both, when I grew up with Magic, they were known as fat packs, and a bunch of people were offended by the term fat in fat pack. So if you are one of those people, I feel for you. Just let us know if you really do feel that way still in the comments below. If you don't care, let us know if you just don't care, because at this point, I'm confusing a booster box with booster packs and whatever the $150 one is, and I just know that a fat pack is what I grew up with.
Well, and considering my nickname in high school was Fat Man, it doesn't really bother me.
So, if he's not bothered by it.
And it's our channel, so.
Right. Now, those packs that we just opened are traditionally between $5 to $8. I want to say that they're $6.99 if you go into a box store, right? Like a Walmart or a Target. This is a collector booster. This one is normally $30 for just the one pack. So, in terms of what you get inside of it, should it be the same? How many cards you get? I really want to do this for a while, just so we have an idea of how much your values were. So it was 14 cards in the last pack. We are getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and a token. So you do get an extra card. Here's the token. And here's immediately the first card. Another full art. It looks like all of these are full arts. Nope. As I said that, it died out. And then another full art. Yet another. The full art land. As an idea, here is the same card. Way more red, less gold. You definitely are getting more bang for your buck if you want just those lands. Okay. Second one.
Now, do you like the gold or the red land better?
Gold.
Visually.
Visually, it's definitely going to be the gold.
I was thinking the same.
Look at that goofy motherfucker. I can't tell you if this is worth anything, but they definitely went with a tattoo style, maybe early 2000 or 90s style for race cars. I remember seeing this in a lot of tattoo books. Mm. Okay, so no mythics in either one, which is fairly common. So I don't think you get a higher chance of a mythic, but what you do end up getting now is the box topper. And this should only be one card. And it's already pretty warped on the inside. So I'm going to try to be as gentle as humanly possible when I'm opening this. Just bit the corner so I can Open it up. Oh, so we got another land, a swamp, and still not a mythic, but it is continuing in that solid gold theme. Now, does this have any of the normal markings of a box topper? It doesn't, and that probably makes a lot of sense. A box topper that I remember happens during the release of the card, like the release of the set, and it will have a date stamped on it, and that's the release date of the set.
Because it's the first time that particular card is being...
Right.
Gotcha.
So, I guess because they are now printing the box toppers, you're not going to get as nice of stuff, but you do get a decent amount for what we were spending. Well, let us know what you think of the set, and we'll be right back with you.